evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome back to I Saw You in That Thing I Saw You In, the podcast where we sit down with New England-based actors to discuss the craft of acting, projects they've done, things they've learned along the way, tales from the set, and tips on how to get your foot in the door. As always, our show is sponsored by the Parody News Network. Every week, PNN takes aim at a popular movie or TV show and parodies the shit out of it. If you're looking for humor and entertainment, not to mention a break from mainstream news programs, subscribe to the Parody News Network and enjoy watching the news again. Go to youtube.com/Parody News Network to like and comment your little heart out. PNN, your favorite movies and TV shows, satirized for your protection. And now, without further ado, please welcome the lovely and talented Justin Demers. So, anyone looking you up, as I did, would not think that they found an actor, but rather a full-time musician. Is that how you think of yourself?
I don't want to get super philosophical and, like, self-worth introspective
You can.
this quickly.
No, you can. That's what we're here for.
I guess.
Suddenly.
All right.
Suddenly that's what we're here for.
Let me get my feet up.
Okay, sure. Get comfortable. Yeah.
No, I think that's always changing, the way you think of yourself and the way you perceive yourself, depending on what your short-term and your long-term goals are and where you're getting that kind of right brain fulfillment that I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
From a technical perspective, my Instagram bio says musician.
Right.
So, yeah, if it was like describe that in one word, musician, singer, songwriter, something there. That feels kind of where I'm based in. If I'm trying to do a catch-all, performer it kind of covers everything.
Yeah.
Because I've done more stage acting in the last like 2 years or so than music.
Yes, you have.
So
I discovered that in my research.
Yeah. You've done your homework.
I've done my homework.
Very
yes,
good.
I have.
I'm very impressed with you so far.
Can I tell you? It's not some fly-by-night operation.
Clearly not. It's a great studio.
It is. It's a great studio.
Yeah.
We're all very comfortable here.
I can tell. I'm super comfortable. I took my shoes off. I feel great. I don't know. I try to. I think variety is important in my personal performing career, because you do kind of get sick of certain things. Things can get not stale, but you do find that your drive can change, at least in my experience. If I, do like musicals, like 3 contracts for musicals back to back to back, I'm probably going to be sick of musicals. Like for a little, I need a break.
Yeah.
So I'll be more interested in doing like a straight play or a film or get back into songwriting.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is where my drive will be, because I've been doing one muscle for, this long, and vice versa. If I'm doing too much music, which I've definitely fallen into, I'm like, God, I want to get back into acting. So the way, the identity kind of changes, and the way I would self-identify can change. But yeah, I think like the experience as a gigging musician feels more my speed.
Okay.
Than like, I don't think I could call myself an actor without bringing up music, I guess.
That's fair.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah.
So, and now I'm going off my own script, but because I find this interesting. So, I totally get what you're saying about you're doing this one thing for a while, and then you feel like, okay, I need to flex this other muscle and do this for a while so that you don't burn out on one or the other. But when you do that, do you ever find that the opportunities might not be there because you've stepped away from one lane or another? Or are they just like, it's just slipping right back into another pair of comfortable shoes?
I can only speak on my experience with that, because I'm like, I try to be like hyper aware of like my privilege and like my, I'm very grateful for not having to, like I had mentioned, rely on the fiscal responsibility of these things.
Mm-hmm.
I've never found that like the opportunities are gone.
Good.
Because maybe I don't know how intentional it's been in my like adult career as a performer. But I have tried to keep it a passion, a very intense hobby. The second performing, acting, musicianship crosses into my job, I think it loses part of its allure, maybe. It loses part of its enjoyment. And I've been, like I said, I've been very lucky to not have to do that. The opportunities have always been there because if they're not there, I just won't do it.
Right.
Right. I haven't been forced into a situation where I have to do something I don't want to do. I've always tried to maintain a day job that is, so I can, in turn have this passion and support this passion that I have.
Sure. Boo, day jobs.
I know. They're the worst. But you have to do it.
Right.
Which is a whole other thing we could get to.
I don't wanna. I want to live in our fantasy world.
This is not a political podcast, and I will not force my agenda on anybody. But I have a lot of thoughts about supporting the arts and why artists cannot support themselves. But I'm very grateful at this point to be like, I've made a lot of great connections. I've been able to live in one place for going on 6 years now, which is a privilege, which is a very lucky thing in my life. And I've also put in the work. I don't want to discredit myself. Like Emily says I need to get better at that, giving myself some credit sometimes.
She does too, actually.
I agree.
Yeah.
She's a hypocrite.
She really is. She really is. That's the pot calling the kettle black right there. Because we discussed that when she was here.
Did you?
Doing the podcast. And
right.
she needs to give herself credit. So just saying.
Yeah. This is a good ad for the other episode. Go listen to Emily speak.
Go listen to Emily.
To Emily Bartley.
And then
on the podcast.
Just pause this.
Yes.
Go listen to that and then come back.
Then you'll have the context of why we're both out of our minds.
Exactly.
No, yeah, I've put in the work to have the opportunities there, and I think I've like established myself now as like someone that can have the opportunities there and take advantage of them and not take them for granted and always be performing to some degree.
Let's talk about your stage work. You have an extensive musical theater resume.
Yeah, that's the majority of it.
What drew you to that?
I think being a musician first, being a singer first. I love singing, man. Singing is just my favorite thing in the world.
Okay.
And I feel like I don't think about that enough. Like if I'm in the car, I'm singing.
Okay.
Like if I'm like at home alone, I'm singing like to myself.
Okay.
I really, really love it above everything else, above playing guitar, above acting. Singing is just something that I like really, really love and fell in love with. In tandem with the songwriting and the music and all that, and I've been doing that since middle school. So theater came later. Theater didn't happen for me. Any acting in general did not happen for me until my sophomore year of college.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was not an actor to any degree.
Huh.
And it wasn't for lack of interest. It wasn't like I remember going to productions at my high school. I had some friends and a former girlfriend that was an actor in high school, and I went to see these shows, and I was like really drawn to it. I went to so many of them. I was like, this is really amazing what y'all are doing. I don't know if I ever crossed into I want to do that also. I want to be involved. I don't know if I ever had that thought. I was really busy in high school too. I was an athlete and I did a lot of clubs and was doing music, jazz band, concert band. I played trombone in the orchestra for a long time. So I don't know if I even had the time to, maybe it was half of that and also stepping out of my comfort zone because it was something I had never done before.
Right.
But yeah, the opportunity came where it was just kind of the perfect opportunity for a student-run production of Shrek the Musical.
Okay.
As
of all things.
The most beloved. Bring up Shrek with most musical theater actors. Everybody loves that show.
Yeah.
Because it's so silly and the music is great. And everyone's done it also. Like every stage actor you talk to has done some version of that show. I think it was the perfect cocktail of I was really starting to find myself at 19 years old, 19, 20 years old. Was starting to branch out a little more, actually develop a personality, which is what the early years of college are for.
Sure. Yeah. For better or worse.
For better or for worse.
Right.
For me, the worse at that part
sure.
of my life. But you don't get here and without going through that.
True.
Know,
very true.
That's what I tell myself, at least.
Sure.
The friends that I had established were doing it. So I had an in. I wasn't going at it alone.
Okay.
I think if I had to go in alone, I think if it was a professional, like if it was a school production where a theater professor was doing it, I think I would have been really intimidated.
Yeah.
And I don't think I would have done it. It was just the right amount, like the risk was not there. Like I wasn't going to embarrass myself.
Right.
And also, like I've been performing on stage for a long time, so this doesn't feel like a huge leap.
Right.
And I did that in the spring of my sophomore year, and was just like, where has this been? This is even better than the band stuff. This is exactly what I want to be doing. And it was musical theater. It was the music, it was the dance, it was the acting, it just all made sense to me. And I've never felt more comfortable doing something. I feel I'm more nervous right now than I would be, and that's not a testament to you. It is
sure.
But
you're talking about yourself, and that does makes people nervous. It's
thank
true.
you.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
Yeah.
No, I'm so like everything. Just all the anxiety of life is just gone. Up there. And I think that's the case for a lot of people, a lot of actors, a lot of performers.
Yeah.
You never feel sexier. You never feel more yourself. You never feel more grounded. For me, it's musicals, and I've intentionally since Shrek, funnily enough, since Shrek, have chased after musical theater specifically. Like I'll do plays, I'll do film, I'll do whatever else. Musicals is where I feel at home.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I admit something to you real fast?
Sure.
While we're here.
Yeah.
You gave me one prerequisite for this interview. You gave me one piece of homework, and that was to watch Noises Off, and I didn't do it. I'm so sorry. I need to apologize to you immediately because you gave me one thing to do, and I so aggressively did not do it. So I'm going to do it, I promise you, but I haven't done it yet.
I can feel my heart breaking.
I know.
God.
Well, you'll be all right.
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
Damn.
You'll just have to have me back and then we can talk about it.
I guess.
Damn. Oh, wow, this is like a deal breaker for you, huh?
Wow.
Yeah.
You really suck the air out of this room, man.
That's okay. I have that effect. I have that effect on people a lot. You know what it is? When I'm not making excuses for myself. I fucked up. I'm sorry.
Yes. Yes, you did.
You know what it is? My comfort time to watch films, I get home and I put them on before bed.
Okay.
And I'm like, I can finally unwind. I can turn things off. I can just consume. Usually a terrible horror movie is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I've been in tech for this show, and I've been getting home at like 11:30 at night, and I'm going right to bed. I have not watched any movies for like 3 weeks, and it's killing me. I am so in desperate need to watch film, and I haven't. And I feel like I'm rotting. I haven't gotten my fix. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I was starting to feel like maybe we were friends, and now I don't know how to feel.
Yeah.
I don't want to say enemies.
Yeah.
But I don't want to eliminate the possibility of us being enemies over Noises Off.
Yeah. It's not like I watched it and didn't like it. Then we could be enemies. That's true. That'd be fine.
That's true. Okay.
So I'll report back on that.
Okay.
But maybe we can just be colleagues for now.
Okay.
I mean, this is all, the ball's in your court, man.
Yeah.
Whatever you are comfortable with going forward now.
Well, you blindsided me.
Sorry.
With this.
I didn't mean to.
You could have saved that until we were off the air.
I don't want to hide behind.
I understand.
I want to be on the record and admit something to you. I'm being honest right now, honestly.
Yeah,
I'm being very vulnerable.
I understand that, and that's great. But you're
really hurt by it. You won't look at me. You won't look me in the eyes right now.
I don't know who you are anymore. It's just, I mean, okay, here's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a pass on this.
Thanks,
because you don't know what you're missing because you haven't seen it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You do know what a brilliant show I've built it up as, or a brilliant movie I've built it up as. And you do know the cast, and the cast is simply one of the greatest assemblies of talent at their absolute peak.
Yeah.
And you will never see that again. So I'm willing to overlook this.
Thank you for your grace.
For now.
Okay.
But I feel like I have to put a time limit on it.
Okay. Give me a deadline.
Okay.
I can do that.
I know that you're doing the show throughout the summer. So, you're getting home late. It's fine. Let's say by the end of the summer.
Oh, I can do that.
Okay.
I can do that.
All right.
No problem.
Okay.
Okay.
I have to recover a little bit here.
Yeah. Take all the time you need.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard thinking of all those people out there who haven't seen Noises Off.
You're telling me.
It's harder when you give them a specific command and they don't do it.
I don't listen
Okay.
to men, specifically.
Sure.
So...
I don't either.
Nice. Okay, good. I'm glad we have that in common.
Yeah, we certainly do.
Yeah, so maybe that's what happened.
It's also exponentially harder when it's a theater guy.
Yeah.
Because it's a theater film.
Yeah. I'm gonna love it.
Okay.
I'm gonna love it.
Okay. All right.
I'll send you my Letterboxd review.
Okay.
Follow me on Letterboxd. Can I plug my Letterboxd?
Yeah, go ahead.
At Justin Demers, Letterboxd. Follow me.
Okay.
And you can see my Noises Off review when it happens.
When it happens.
We open Friday. So suddenly my schedule will open wide.
Okay.
As soon as we open.
Okay. All right. Here's something that I've had stage actors on the podcast before, and I didn't take advantage of the opportunity to discuss it. I want to try this now.
Sure.
I want to talk through from a stage actor's perspective the whole process from auditioning to curtain call on closing night. So just an overview of the process. If someone were thinking about doing this, what the stages are and what they would go through.
Yeah.
From the beginning.
Yeah, absolutely. The cool thing is it's changed over a certain amount of time. The pandemic certainly changed audition processes for theater.
Mm-hmm.
So I can speak from my experience getting started for the first time. If you are auditioning for a theater role, typically, you will see the audition notice. You will see it on social media. You'll see it on the theater's website. Word of mouth, even. You will hear about an audition coming up at a certain date and time.
Mm-hmm.
Oftentimes, along with that date and time, you will see the requirements for the audition. Sometimes, if it's a very loose community-based thing, there will be no specific requirements. Most of the time, there will be, please prepare a 60-second monologue. If it's a singing role, please prepare 32 bars of a song in the style of the show. So if you are talking about a rock musical, please prepare 32 bars of a rock song, along with a monologue of something. And oftentimes they will also say, please bring a headshot and resume.
And dress comfortably because there's dancing.
There's a dance call.
Okay.
Yes, they will usually put that in writing. Everything you will need to know to prepare for the audition will be in writing, typically. Not always, but most of the time. As an over-preparer, and I read the thing like 8 times to make sure I have everything.
Okay.
It will be there. If there's accompaniment, if there's someone playing piano for the audition, they don't expect you to bring karaoke tracks or something or sing a cappella. So sheet music. You got to bring your sheet music along with your headshot and resume.
Okay.
Once again, I Saw You in That Thing I Saw You In is sponsored by the Parody News Network. Every week, PNN takes aim at a popular movie or TV show and parodies the shit out of it. If you're looking for humor and entertainment, not to mention a break from mainstream news programs, subscribe to the Parody News Network and enjoy watching the news again. Go to youtube.com/Parody News Network to like and comment your little heart out. PNN, your favorite movies and TV shows, satirized for your protection.
At the audition, I've experienced one of two things. The much preferred, much more common way. You will wait in a waiting area. You will sign in. They will call you in. And you will do your things. You will do the things you've prepared. You will do your monologue. You will do your song. You will introduce yourself to whoever, the casting director. Sometimes the creative team is there, the producers, the director, whomever. And you will do your things you've prepared. Sometimes they'll send you back out and they'll have you stick around for, they want you to read something else, read a side, part of the script. But the less common way, which people should also prepare for, is everyone's in the same room.
Oh.
Everyone's sitting in the house and you all do your stuff you prepared in front of each other. And I find that so scary and not fun.
I'm getting agita just thinking about that.
I'm also a bias, but I also think I'm a bad auditioner in person.
Really?
I don't like auditioning in person, which is why I bring up the pandemic.
Yeah.
When the pandemic happened, when theater kept going to some degree, so many places switched to virtual auditions, virtual submissions, which I so much prefer because you can really do as many takes as you want and get it right and then send something you feel good about. Which is definitely a me problem, because I know a lot of folks are like, I'm going to be great in person, and I can't give my full self on tape.
Right.
I've never had an issue with that, and the vast majority of my stage career since the pandemic has been a virtual audition.
Really?
Honestly, I don't know if I can remember the last in-person audition I went to.
No kidding.
I don't really do in-person auditions anymore.
Interesting.
And that's a personal choice.
Yeah.
Like, there have been times where I'm like, oh, it's only in person. I'm not going. Like, because I just don't like it. I don't think I'm good at it. I get in my own head.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I did a play last year that was in person. I forgot about that.
Okay.
I did do that. And that was everyone's in the house.
Ah.
And I blocked it out because I hated it. That's what happened. But before then, pre-pandemic probably, I've done one in the last 5 years.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So essentially you will do your stuff. Occasionally there's, you wait a little bit and then there's callback information. You will be reached out to, usually via email. Come to our in-person callbacks. This is what you should prepare. Same thing. And everybody else that was called back for the same production, same roles will be there.
So there aren't virtual callbacks?
Sometimes it'll be virtual as well. In my experience, it has been virtual. They send you everything you need. The tracks, the sides they want you to tape. And then you send your callback in virtually.
Okay.
Yeah, and then sometimes, a lot of the time, you don't hear anything. If they don't want you don't hear. I was just talking to a castmate about this for Cinderella. I was like, when do you hear back? He had an audition. I was like, when do you hear back? And he's like, I probably won't. Because that's just, if you didn't get it, you didn't get it. And that's
right.
And it's really frustrating. It's a very frustrating part of the musical theater process.
Yeah.
And theater in general. I don't know if film, I feel like film's not the same way, but like, you will just radio silence. Just nothing. And it's really, you want closure on something. Like, did I do something wrong? Was I just not right for it? Like, what is it? I need something. You won't get it. And it sucks. And you get in your own head about it. You got to train yourself to not do that.
No, that's film as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You send in your virtual audition and you never hear anything.
Damn.
And it's like, was it because I was blonde? Was it because I was too short? Was it because I suck as an actor and I should become a plumber? It's
because you're bald.
I get that a lot.
That's why.
Unless it's Annie.
And they'll say, ooh, that would be a great role for you.
It would be a great role.
That's a great part.
Yeah, it is a great part. Yes, it's true.
Oh,
yes. Man. Yeah.
That show makes me cry. I love that show.
It's a great show.
Yeah.
So anyone who's casting Annie, just FYI, you would not have to worry about bald capping me.
Nope.
Or anything like that because I am already bald.
Yeah. I'm looking at Daddy Warbucks.
Yeah, I very much could. I have a baritone range.
There you go.
So I could certainly pull it off. I'm a big guy.
Yeah.
So an imposing figure. If you have a tiny little Annie.
Easy to picture you in like a white tux.
Yeah.
Like for those scenes.
Well, I think that's more Kingpin from Spider-Man.
But
I could do that too. I could
do that too. That sounds pretty good, actually.
Yeah,
that sounds pretty cool.
So King and I, we could just keep going through all like the bald roles.
There's actually a lot of bald roles now that I think about it.
There's some out there, so I could certainly do those.
Walter White really opened up the world
really
for these bald actors.
But this is not about me.
No, sorry.
So anyway,
yes.
you get cast.
Yes, if you are cast, you get the very nice email and it's an offer, and if you accept, they send all the details and everything. And then somewhere along down the line, you will get the rehearsal schedule and all this, and you show up, and the first day is always just a mess because you're meeting however big your cast is and producing some people you've never met before. It's always the scariest day, the first day on a production in theater, because, you're going to walk into a room and just be berated with new people, and people in show business, myself included, are annoying.
True.
Like they love to talk.
Yeah.
And it's
which is fine for a podcast, but.
Yes. But when you're trying to, like, calm your nerves, it's not the best situation to be in.
Right.
And then the rehearsal process will always vary, but a lot of times it's quick. A lot of times in theater, it's very quick. I've heard about putting together a full choreographed 2-act musical in 4 days. I've heard of this. Yeah.
4 days.
Yeah.
Of rehearsal.
I mean, they're full days. You're doing it for 12 hours.
But still.
4 days.
That's extraordinary.
There's one theater in particular that I've worked at. It was the shortest I've done. It was 8 days. We did a full 2. It was a production of a disaster, the jukebox show, the 70s like jukebox. It was a very fun show.
Yeah.
But that was an 8-day process, and it was a lot of dancing and a lot of songs. So if it's a show like Cinderella, which I'm doing now, this is more, we're doing nights, and there's so much tech involved. I mean, this is like a month-long rehearsal process. So not as bad as the sprint that a lot of theater is.
Right.
But a lot of times it's a quick rehearsal process. You are there. It's your entire life. You need to just devote. It's your whole life for the rehearsal process.
Wow.
Leading up to the opening, you have what we love to call tech, which is there's dry tech and there's wet tech, which is like, you need to figure out the lights, you need to figure out the set, and you need to figure out where you need to stand. And it's a lot of standing around for actors, and it's the most boring thing in the world, but you got to do it because it's really, really important. And you're going to lose your mind a little bit during tech, and that's what happens. In between, sandwiched in there, you get costume fittings. You'll work through any intimacy. If there's any intimacy stuff you need to talk about on-stage intimacy with partners. That's on my mind because the last 2 shows I've done have on-stage intimacy, and it's the most I've done in a while. So it's something I'm constantly being aware of, and over-communicating with there's good advice for stage actors. Over-communicate with your intimacy stuff, because you just want everyone to feel comfortable on stage with that stuff.
Sure.
Over-choreograph if you can. And then once you finish up with tech and that very long, tedious process, hopefully if you still have your mind, you open up to dress rehearsals, which is the show with everything. No audience. And then, however long the run is, you do that run, and it's never as long as you want it to be. At least from what I've found, I've done, like I said, I'm about to enter a 10-week contract, and I wish it was longer, because if you're doing it and devoting this much energy and time to performing, I think you never get sick of it, really. You hear about these Broadway actors that are in the same show for years. Yeah. 5-10 years of being in a role because it's your job. Right. And you must love it. You must, if you're going to do that. I certainly hope you do. Yeah. Or learn to. Yeah. And like I think I mentioned kind of generally earlier, like, it's cool because it's not, I mean, your director will tell you that the show is now frozen. That's the kind of I feel like the terminology. Once you establish what the show is frozen. Don't try to do anything new. Don't try to do anything different. We have our show. Keep it the same, so every night is the same, because that's what you owe the audience, and that's what you've worked on. Right. You don't want to undercut the work you've done because you want to not be bored with your performance. That being said, I think there's a place where the show does organically change because you are becoming more and more grounded in the world, and you're finding new things, hopefully, if you're staying, you know, not if you're not doing it passively, if you're not on autopilot, which I think generally you should try to avoid as an actor. At least I do.
Yeah.
I try to make sure I'm not just going through the motions if I'm deep into a run. I'm like, okay, I'm still looking people in the eyes. I'm still feeling these things. I'm still feeling the journey of your character start to finish each night. And you will find new things. And by the end, you might the performance is richer than when it started. It's denser because you've done it enough times now where there's more to this than when I started.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that final curtain is always very emotional, very sad, because you did open up and give yourself, both physically, mentally, but spiritually too. You've given a lot to this thing. And like most people, me personally, I'm not good with change. And that's a change that is against your will. It's over.
Yeah.
This is when we're done.
Right.
And, hopefully you've established yourself and you've established some good relationships, and it's a wonderful memory, and you've learned a lot from it. But, the end of a theater run as an actor is always very emotional.
Yeah.
Because you are forced to get to know people very quickly. You get very close with people very quickly. A, because you're spending so much time together, and also B, because if you're doing your job, you're being vulnerable in front of those people very quickly. So yeah, it's a tough thing to end, but we do it because we love it and it's the best, right? Hopefully.
Right.
Yeah, right. Someone say right.
Right. Somebody, anyone, can I get an amen?
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. That's kind of my experience. I don't know if that's a broad stroke of how that works for me.
Yeah, and I'm sure there are obviously subtle variations from production to production. Let me ask, for you particularly, how much time do you give yourself between the final curtain call and the next audition?
It depends. It really does depend. I did a straight play, a world premiere of a straight play in Newburyport this past spring in May, and then we closed Sunday night, and I started rehearsals for Cinderella on Monday.
Good Lord!
So a lot of the time, and I was excited. I was tired.
Sure, anyone would be,
especially because this straight play was a 2-person cast.
Oh wow!
And I don't want to go too much into detail. We don't have to talk about that show specifically, but that was a 2-person cast, and we were switching roles every night.
Oh wow!
So you had to know the entire show front to back.
Wow.
So closing that on Sunday, and then having that first stressful day where I'm meeting new people Monday night. Sometimes there's no break.
Wow.
For me. And I like to be busy.
Mm-hmm.
I like that that's happening. I try to have no gaps in my performance stuff because I really do my mental state when I'm doing things like it's night and day. I am tired, but I'm sleeping well because I am getting this dopamine release. I am getting this fulfillment, truly like spiritual fulfillment. I feel it when I am busy and performing. When I am not, I am spiraling. I am thinking about the state of the world and the inevitable heat death of the universe. And how do you not stay up at night? You're a night owl. I assume part of that is similar, like your mind goes places. Like,
yes.
Like that, and nighttime is when those things kind of come rushing in. It's almost like I don't give myself the chance to do that when I'm working like this. But a lot of times it's not up to you. Sometimes I'll be finishing a production. I think I kind of hit this because I worked at the park last summer as well. We did a production of Freaky Friday, which was the same amount of run, 28 shows, 10 weeks, outside in the sun all summer. I was tired by the end of it.
I would think.
And I felt myself considering auditions, considering looking at my next thing, picking up right where I left off. And I could not physically get myself to do it because my body was saying no.
Yeah.
My body was rejecting. You are exhausted. You cannot do this.
Yeah.
You have to take a break.
Yeah.
And I think that's the case for a lot of actors. I think they are workaholics. I think they are just obsessed with this, and they want to keep going, and they will go until they can't anymore. So in an ideal world, I'm back to back to back to back.
Wow.
Until I can't anymore. But at the moment, I don't have anything lined up for the fall.
Wow.
So I assume during the run, I'm going to try to find something to do in the fall.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Tell me a funny story or embarrassing story from one of your performances.
Okay. I don't think I'm outing anything here.
Okay.
Because this is pretty well known at this point. Also, I don't go there anymore.
Okay.
So when I was at Bates College,
Yes.
the spring musical we would go up very quickly in May. We would do it in like 2 weeks and perform it for the local children usually. Usually
Okay.
a one-act children's show or a junior version of some musical. And we would perform this show in its entirety for the week. And then at the end of the week, we would perform for the student body. We would do one night for just the student. We would get together that morning, the cast, the crew, everybody. We'd get together that morning, usually a Saturday morning, with mimosas and whatever else you want to consume while you're rewriting a script to be just the dirtiest, most vile, hopefully funny
Yeah.
version of this kid show you've been doing.
Right.
Shrek was one of them.
Okay.
We did High School Musical. We did Seussical.
Okay.
Those are the 3 that I did. And it was known as the Dirty Show every year. And tickets would sell out immediately because it had to be a ticketed event. And I don't know academically, legally, how we did this. Because we were doing it in the theater, like the professional, the college theater where everything would go on. And, I mean, college security was pretty tight, like with enforcing the rules of the school in general. And from what I understand, they just kind of would, as long as you clean up after yourself, do whatever you want, which is crazy to me.
Yes.
The freedom and the faculty was aware of what was going on.
Huh.
I guess everyone was just really cool with it. It's a testament to the trust you have in people.
Sure.
And nothing ever went super wrong. But this particular production of, from what I recall, this would have been my junior year. So this was High School Musical. A wonderful show. We rewrote the whole show. High School Boozical, I'm sure is what it was called, or something along those lines. This involved taking shots of liquor on stage on school property, sparking up joints on stage, like in a theater which had fire alarm system. I don't know, man. I don't know how this happened or how we got away with it, but it happened. I was there. And I can recall being just very, very excited to perform this very silly thing. And all my friends were in the audience. And it was great. And taking a long drag of a joint before we started the show in the wings.
Mm-hmm.
And taking one step onto the stage and just everything shutting down and being like, I am immediately so stoned. And we wrote this script 8 hours ago, and I don't remember any of it. And this is bad.
Oh, shit.
And it is a sold out audience. And I was a principal in the show. I was like kind of a big deal in the show. Luckily, there's no video evidence of this night. That's a pretty strict rule, no filming.
Yeah.
The Dirty Show, because that's how people would get in trouble.
Yeah.
But from the very loose memories I have of performing High School Boozical on the Schaefer Theater stage at Bates College, it was a lot of not problematic onstage intimacy, but a lot of like rewritten onstage intimacy that like was like pretty intense. A lot of making up lines as we go. A lot of missing dance moves. From what I recall, I was basically incoherent during this entire thing.
Glorious.
And my friends said they had a great time.
Oh, good.
But the dirty show is something that sticks in my brain so hard of like, if you ever feel unprepared to do something, you're not going to green out on stage and essentially strip down to your underwear and make just a total fool of yourself in front of the entire student body. It'll never be that again. So, yeah, that's my knee-jerk reaction to a maybe not the funniest, but a crazy experience that I don't think I'm ever going to have again as an actor.
Yeah.
I don't recommend smoking weed before going on stage as an actor. Some people can make it work.
Maybe. Yeah.
I've gone on stage like, I don't know, like buzzed. I've never gone on stage drunk ever.
Okay.
But like, I've gone on stage like a little bit, like, and it's been fine.
Yeah.
I never want to be high on stage again. That's scary.
Yeah.
That's really scary.
I can understand that. Yeah.
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 Yeah, High School Musical.
Okay.
That's
High School Musical.
That's a good one.
There's no video evidence, so don't go looking.
Thankfully.
If you could give just one piece of advice to aspiring actors who are just starting their careers, what would it be?
The inferiority complex comes very quickly right away. I don't know if anything I have to say is super helpful.
Okay.
Because like I said, I try to be hyper aware of like my luxuries of, well, yeah, that's not helpful to just be like an insecure person when you're asking for advice. That's not helpful.
That's not helpful.
No. Something that I learned somewhat recently, or something that I really try to keep in mind recently, maybe I've always tried to do this, but I've really tried to articulate it more recently for auditions. Don't try to fit the mold that the casting director is looking for. Don't try to do something that is not you when going out for a specific role. Because I think a lot of the time you have a specific role in mind that you're auditioning for. At least I do. And I have in the past looked up other interpretations of this character and stolen pieces of other performances, and it's come off very hollow and it's come off very uninspired. And I think actors, producers, people in show business definitely, but I think in general, I think people have really good bullshit meters, and I think people can detect fakeness really easily, whether they realize it or not. So if you're doing something that's just because you saw someone else do it, or you're making an acting choice in an audition because you think it's what they want, that's going to come off so phony and artificial. And if you think it's not what they're looking for, that's okay. Because a lot of the times they're going to cast someone that did something surprising or something that is not exactly what they're looking for. It's something they were looking for, but more. Find something real that you relate to. Find something that feels like a version of you that you are then projecting, using as a base, and then the character is coming out of you, as opposed to trying to change yourself, trying to change your DNA to become this thing, this character that people are looking for. And don't be discouraged if you don't get it, because if you go in and did the best version of of you and your interpretation of the character, people want to see your interpretation. People don't want to see the same interpretation over and over again. People want to see your version. So if you did that with that intention in mind, it makes the rejection a lot easier, I've found. And also, you're going to get rejected a lot. That's performing. That's acting. That's auditions. It sucks, and it's something you're going to have to do. You're going to get a lot of no's. I've gotten a lot of no's in my life, and I will continue to get a lot of no's.
Yeah.
If you did your best version of it, that is rooted in something real from your life, you're going to find a lot more success that way, I think. You don't want to go in there and lie.
Right.
I think is kind of the thing, because people can tell.
Right.
Hopefully that helps.
That works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. And then I think we already know the answer to this, but it's my go-to final question.
Yeah.
So what's next for you?
Hopefully more of the same. Hopefully more happiness, more fulfillment. I just turned 30 this year.
Congratulations.
So thank you. So
Cry me a river.
I feel terrible on the inside.
Join the club.
Yeah. No, I would love to see you all at Prescott Park Arts Festival this summer. And also for me personally, what's next? Hopefully I can practice what I preach. I hope I can continue to be a storyteller and be someone that gives to their community. And finds some fulfillment and continues to feel good about acting and show business and performance, because it is truly my favorite thing in the world, and it hasn't gone away yet. And it's been my favorite thing for the vast majority of my life. And I can't imagine it's ever going to go away. So, more of the same, and that's a really, really good thing in my mind. That's very good news that it's going to be more of the same for the foreseeable future. Just gonna keep doing it, man.
Just keep on keeping on.
That's the plan.
Sweet.
Easier said than done sometimes, but we're gonna keep trying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Into that.
And I hope you do too.
Who, me?
I hope you keep doing what you're doing. Not necessarily theater, but you're doing all the great shit right here.
That's true. I will continue doing what I'm doing until I am in the cold ground. So
damn right.
Yeah, this train is just going to keep a rolling.
I love that mindset.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Wow.
Well, we've reached the end.
Damn.
So thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me.
This was really fun. And we'll see you all again next time on I Saw You in That Thing I Saw You In.
If you're hearing this message, you've listened to the entire podcast, and for that, thank you. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please leave us a review on Spotify. See you next week for another installment of I Saw You in That Thing I Saw You In.